Hey Hoopty fans, we're back with another episode. I got a brand new Hoopty here. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to tell you about it. Cue my intro. This is my 2003 Crown Victoria. One of the greatest achievements ever made by Ford, in my opinion, and I'm really excited to have bought one. I can't wait to get this thing fixed up and do some cool things to it. Let's talk about it. I guess it's kind of funny that I'm this excited about such an obvious old man car. I mean, I already wear the khaki shorts and tall socks once in a while, but this is a whole other level. I don't know. What's cool about this car though, it's very, I don't know. It's not intimidating in any way whatsoever. However, there's a reason these things were police cars for so many years. It has big balls, ladies and gentlemen, big balls. So let's do a walk around and I'll point out the good things and the bad things here, and we'll talk about the mileage and the value and what I paid for it and what I plan to do with it. Starting out on the front end here, I don't know how well it comes across on the camera, but these lights are kind of yellowed. This is something we get into with, seems like just about every car this age. They're foggy and yellowed. That'll be one of the top things on the list, is go ahead and either get new lights or get those cleaned out, see if we can get them fixed. Check out the awesome Ford license plate on the front. I hate the chrome grille. Anybody who knows me or has been watching this channel knows I hate chrome, so that's definitely going to be coming off there and getting painted, probably black. The paint on this car is overall outstanding. There are a couple bad spots that we're going to have to fix. If you look here on the hood, there's a couple chips that are actually rusted because nobody ever put a, touch-up paint or anything on them. This one in the center of the hood is super bad. We may have to paint the whole hood. My guy Taryn, I'll let him decide if we can fix it or if we have to paint the whole thing. But you see there's several of them. Here's one. Here's two right beside each other. And I don't know, I'm not sure if that's something on the car or another one. And there's actually a couple bad spots like right here that haven't completely broken through yet, but it looks like it may be rusting a little bit underneath. Now right here, this is the worst spot on the whole car. The seller told me a story of how it happened. It belonged to his grandparents, and he said they hit something. I apologize, I don't even remember the story exactly what they hit. It was something hanging down off a truck or something. But anyway, this is scraped down to pure metal. So definitely going to have to do something with this. Very worried that that's going to rust like those did. I'm surprised it hasn't already, truthfully. And that paint, on the edge is not stuck down good now, just where it's been hit. So this fender is probably a paint. Hopefully we don't have to paint the whole car. Down this side, the doors, perfect. This molding has some paint falling off of it too, probably just from the age. But these moldings are just double-sided tape holding them on. And I don't really like these moldings anyway, so I'd say we're probably just going to take these off. Cool thing about Fords from this era, they all have the keypad. I don't know the code, I'll have to figure it out, but it is pretty cool. Up here on the edge of the roof, you see there's also some damage. It looks like, again, from something hitting it. I don't know how something would hit it clear up there, but I don't know. Super dark window tint on this car. I usually don't like that, but it looks really good on this car. Got these Crown Victoria wheels. Definitely wheels I remember from this era. I don't particularly care for those. Wheels and tires are such an easy thing to change, to really change the look of the car. Good chance we'll put different wheels and tires on it. Actually, back at my shop, I have a set of, they're either 17 or 18 inch wheels that I bought off of a Mustang. Those would look amazing on here. So it may end up with those wheels instead of what's on it now, especially since I already have them. There is a little paint damage right here. It looks like a sticker or something maybe was on here, maybe something heavy vinyl that could even been a decal or a badge or something that got pulled off of there, that pulled some paint off. The back bumper and the rest of the trunk is in super good shape. The parts of the paint that don't have, you know, any damage are very shiny and in good shape. I'd say the car was probably kept in a garage all the time. Once again, on this side, the molding, you can see the paint is coming off that plastic molding. But like I said, on the other side, I think I can take this molding right off of here, as long as we take it off carefully without damaging the paint underneath. Instead of trying to fix that molding, I think the car would look better without it anyway. It's kind of a useless add-on. All right, let's look in the trunk. This thing has a massive trunk. It's got a full-size spare, and I don't know if it comes across on YouTube, but I could definitely get in here. It kind of seems like a challenge. I don't have a place to sit my camera right now, but maybe if I decide to really entertain you before this video is over, I'll try to get in this trunk. We'll see. So here is where the magic is made. What this car is all about is just big honking V8 power. I don't know exactly how many horsepower it is. If I remember correctly from this era, it's probably in the mid 200s, maybe high 200s. Let's say 270, 280. I actually had a 98 Mustang with this same 4.6 liter, and that car was a screaming beast, and this one is too. 200 and some horsepower doesn't sound like a lot by today's standards, where, you know, a Nissan Sentra has 300 horsepower today, but this is V8 horsepower. This is a whole different animal. You know, I actually was playing with this thing this morning. It was kind of raining, and this thing on wet roads at least will literally break the tires loose in first gear, break the tires loose again in second gear, and guess what it'll do in third gear? That's right, folks, it'll break the tires loose again. It is literally like a drift car. It is insane. Now, of course, I did turn off the overdrive and traction control, but that's just because I'm a wild man. Let's look at the back seat real quick. It's kind of dark in here because of the windows. Hopefully the camera picks up good. The back seat in here literally does not look like it's ever been sat in. The carpets and the seats are so clean. No scratches, no marks, nothing like that. Up here in the back window, completely clean. I mean, it looks like a new car back here. Moving on, inside. This car is so plush. I mean, I can't even tell you how plush it is. It is literally like sitting on grandma's couch. This is definitely what's missing, since we don't have boats like this that we can buy today. There's nothing big and comfortable like this car. Nothing on the market like this anymore. All right, let's fire it up. Let me show you this super high-tech cluster. Look at all that digital goodness. Starts right up. Spectacular sounding engine. All right, so let's talk about some of the features here. the seat adjustments, if you're an idiot and you can't read, I think anyone could understand this seat adjustment. It is shaped exactly like the seat. Very great design. You know, this gets the back forward and up, and the bottom of the seat, you know, we can go up, we can go down closer to the floor. Got the express down on the driver's window, and the rest of them are just straight up. Window lock, door locks. Up here, mostly nothing that interesting. It does have automatic headlights. I guess this adjusts the dim on the high-tech computer over here. It does have adjustable pedals. Let's see if that works. Yes, it does. You can see them going up and down there. Pretty neat. Kind of a useless feature, I don't know, maybe because I'm tall. Here's the traction control. It actually lights up when you hit off, so you know for sure if it's on or off. Like every Ford from this era, the windshield wipers and blinkers are here on this side. It does have a little trip computer right here. Don't believe the 14.4 miles per gallon. That's because I reset it this morning and I was doing burnouts and J-turns and being a complete asshole in it this morning, so it's definitely way off. It shows distance to empty, average fuel economy. From what I've drove this thing so far, what's kind of amazing for a V8, with me driving it, and I'm a really bad driver, it's still averaging between 19 and 22 miles a gallon, which is insane for this big V8 with this much torque and horsepower. It does have a super basic radio, which actually does not work correctly. It'll play CDs and it'll play cassettes. The radio does not work. I don't know where the antenna is or if it's unplugged. I haven't worked on it yet, but I got to figure that out. As of right now, I do not have radio in here, which is pretty annoying. The climate control, this car, I don't know if it's because it has old Freon or what, but it actually has one of the coldest air conditioners I think I've ever felt. It is actually insane. You got the super cool wood grain. It says Crown Victoria down here. And one thing interesting about this car that I want to point out, on the steering wheel controls, which I've never seen this before, it actually has a temperature control, and you can adjust the fan. Hopefully you can hear that fan getting louder as I adjust it up and down. Now, lots of cars have everything else. You know, it's got the next for the CD and the mode and volume up and down, which pretty much every car has now. But the temperature controls being on the steering wheel, you don't really see that very often. Over here on the other side is the cruise control. It's got this neat little thing that slides in and out for your cup holders, and I guess that was meant to be an ashtray originally. Of course, I don't think anybody smokes in cars anymore. It does have your lighter or power outlet there, which is kind of strange. Oh, I was going to say it like it doesn't fit and go in and out, but it actually swivels up to pull it out. So that's super fancy. I've had a couple cars, the Expedition and Excursion, they had a very similar tray like this. I actually think this is a really good idea, and I'm not sure why they don't do it in more modern cars, because, you know, you need cup holders, obviously, because we're Americans and we need to eat and drive and do things in our car. That's what Europeans make fun of us for, but I need a cup holder in my car. But also, sometimes maybe I don't want to look at that, and I really like, in these old Fords, how that slides in and it's gone. Excellent. This is super cool that these go up and down. I love the old school bench seats. You know, if you need to do any extracurricular activities in your car, it makes it much easier, much easier. Really big map pockets over there. Glove box, nothing unusual. Ooh, it does have a box of matches. That's when you know it was owned by older people. Look at that. Davis Weaver Funeral Home right here in Clarksburg. That has to be old. That has to be an old set of matches. One thing I actually really like that seems stupid in this car, there's these little pockets. You got a free little tree in there. These little pockets on the front of the seat. And you say, Gary, what would you possibly use that little pocket for? Well, let me show you why I love it. Look at this, my phone. Wow, right between my legs. Not only can it not go anywhere, but also if a notification pops up, I can see it right between my legs. It's not in my line of sight where it bothers me, and it doesn't, you know, touch my legs in any way here or make it uncomfortable, but it's in such a great place where it's not rolling around the car and I'm not looking for it all the time. It's just a really good spot. I really like that little pocket there. I don't think I've ever seen a pocket right there in any other car, so that's pretty neat. All right, I say it's time to get this thing on the road and talk about how it drives. Now, I think the easiest misconception to make about this thing is that it's a big boat and it doesn't handle well. Because when you get behind the wheel of this car, you realize very quickly why these things were police cars for so long. Because it feels absolutely spectacular. Just gonna go over here. Now, because I'm a good citizen and a city councilman here in Clarksburg, I don't want to be doing burnouts or anything right out here in a place where there's actually, you know, houses and residents. So we're going to go down here to the end of this dead-end street. We're in kind of a warehouse area here anyway, but down here at the end of this street we can really be alone and see what we can make this beast car do. Get turned around here. Let's put a window down. All right. So what we need to do here, let's see, overdrive off, obviously. And we won't be needing traction control. And let's put it in first. Oh yeah. This car, I mean, I'm telling you folks, I have a couple sports cars, and now granted I don't have any super fast sports cars right now, but you know, sporty cars I guess. And this thing is just very impressive. The V8 in this car feels so good. I mean, that wasn't a terrific burnout. I could probably do better, but you know, I also don't want to tear the transmission out of it. It's been, you know, probably driven by nice little older people for its whole life, and now all of a sudden it's been introduced to me. I wish I would have had the GoPro driving home from work this morning when I got it almost completely sideways drifting around the corner. That was an interesting takeoff. We'll do one more burnout if there's nobody around down here. There's not any houses nearby, so oh yeah, there's nobody here. The road's actually closed up here to the right, so oh, this car. You gotta love it. Actually, I did a good bit of reading last night about different performance upgrades you can do to this car, and a lot about the enthusiast community about this car, which is referred to by them as the Panther platform, which includes not only the Crown Victoria, but also the Mercury Marauder is the king. That was the high performance Mercury. And then of course they had the Grand Marquis, or as someone at my work once called it, the Grand Marquez. I won't call out any names. Or the Grand Mercedes, as I've also heard it called by people with not the greatest reading skills. And it was also on one of the Lincolns. I think it was the town car. But anyway, the internal company code for it was the Panther platform. All these cars are basically exactly the same, just with minor tweaks for the different, you know, that thing that American car companies did for years, where they make the same car with 5 different badges. Oh, you're burning the second. Love it. Yeah, absolutely no wonder that these things were police cars, because I'm not saying it can outrun anything on the road, but the policeman DNA inside of me from my father, who was a police officer his whole life, I'm pretty sure I could keep up with damn near anything in this thing. You know, maybe I wouldn't be passing them up. I'm sure if I had to chase a Hellcat or something, they'd be able to pull away in a straightaway, but they wouldn't leave me behind completely, I can tell you right now, because this thing has got some get up and go, go, go. Anyway, just going for a little drive here. Actually headed the long way around back to my house. One thing about this car, what I was saying, you know, you expect it to have no good handling, but I mean, I'm only going 40 something right now, 50. This is a very curvy road though, and I'm telling you, the body roll and what you would expect is not the case in this car. It is stuck to the road. Now it's big, of course. I feel like I need to let off the gas and, you know, take advantage of that weight and get back into the gas midway through a turn so I can come out hard. But overall, if you know how to drive this thing, it is a weapon. It is an absolute weapon. Like, it is a strong, strong car. It is no joke. All right, let's stop at the stop sign. Since we're breaking so many laws, we'll try to follow as many as we can. All right, folks, I came out here to a place where on a weekday we should not have any, I'm sorry, a weekend day, we shouldn't have anybody out here, so I can be alone with my Panther platform. And we're gonna do a super, super unofficial 0 to 60 test. Okay, I'm gonna count. You guys watch the road for me. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000. Gosh. It was like 7.5. That is actually way slower than I thought it would be. We might do that one more time. I still have the overdrive off, but I turned the traction control back on. That's why we did not do a burnout. That was the plan. All right. Let's spin back around here. Backing up. All right, here we go. Ready, set. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000. Ah, still about the same. It was before I hit 8, but not much before. Okay, that was super fun. I could do that all day. folks, thank you very much for watching Hoopty in the Hills. We'll see you in the next episode, and I'll show you what we do with this beautiful Crown Victoria. Have a good one.